Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of the TrustIsYou.com and also a podcast called Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. The reason I'm doing this live because I want to teach as Americans to teach how you can save federal taxes with the Spendthrift Trust. The Spendthrift Trust is legal, copywritten, in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It's been around since King Henry VIII got in trouble for chopping off his wives' heads. He started the Church of England. He went to go tax the lords and ladies. They said, no, you couldn't do that, so they went back to the Magna Carta. It came to the colonies while we were still under British rule. It's contract law. Most people have no idea that the U.S. tax code went into effect February of 1913. It was only supposed to be around for 6 years. The Barron families at that time, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys, put this into 643B of the tax code. The tax code has grown and grown and grown since then, but this is legal. The full name for the trust, just so you have this, I call it the Spendthrift Trust, but the full name is Irrevocable, Complex, Discretionary, Non-Grantor Spendthrift Trust. All 5 elements are very, very important. Irrevocable, generation after generation. The Rockefellers Trust, it's called the Office. It has been around for 7 generations and has almost 400 people under the same EIN or Employee Identification Number. Irrevocable, complex. This trust can hold money from day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, decade to decade. 97% of all trusts sold every single year in the United States is what my mom and dad had and what Susie Orman talks about on television. The family trust only avoids going through probate. Then it dissolves. Adios. This is not the same thing as this is going to be your mom and dad's trust. So it's going to save you so much money. So irrevocable, complex, discretionary. Whoever is the trustee or trustees can set the rules for all the beneficiaries. Fourth element, non-grantor. When you set up the trust for 10 minutes only, somebody who is not a beneficiary is going to sign up for the trust and then sign away from the trust. You will need their social security number. They have become the settlor and the trustee for 10 minutes and then they walk away. I used a family friend, Roy, who had known me before I was born. Only problem about using Roy, he had arthritis of his fingers. He had to sign his name 17 times when I started both the business trust and the beneficial trust. And then the 5th element, the spendthrift. This has been in front of the United States Supreme Court twice. Both times the Supreme Court has favored with the Spendthrift Trust. Okay, now the 4 ways it's going to save you over year after year, generation after generation. Number 1, federal taxes. Everybody wants to save federal taxes. It's certain federal taxes. 1099 income for the business trust. So if you're a business owner or a 1099 income earner, you're going to save federal 1099 income. If you are in a state with high state taxes and get everything into the trust, New York, Illinois, California, you will also not pay state taxes on your income. Yay, everybody likes that. So the business trust, this is for 1099 income earners or people who are doing anything else. Quite honestly, if you've been paying attention to what I've been posting, I just posted about a gentleman with 4 sub shops. We're going to be saving him 5 figures taxes every single year. He's only in his 30s, so if he does this for another 20 years, he's going to save thousands of dollars. I will go live November 14th, 4 p.m. East Coast time to do my slide deck. One of the slides I have in there is my favorite New York style pizzeria here in the Charlotte area. True story, I walked in on a Saturday afternoon with my friend Ingrid. We had gone door knocking. We got a white pizza, best white pizza in the world. We got a white pizza and we sat there and talked for about 2 hours. As we were leaving, Roberto asked for my business card, and with him and his wife, they have 2 pizzerias. They're making about $180,000 a year. They are going to save almost $22,000 at 70%. Most of my clients are saving between 90 to 95%. I personally saved 92% on my 1099 income, but Roberto didn't want to hear that. He wanted just what it was going to be at 70%. So what they plan to do in 2024, open a 3rd pizzeria. In 2025, they'll open a 4th pizzeria. And when they retire in 2035, They're going to leave both pizzerias, 2 pizzerias to one child, 2 pizzerias to another child, no inheritance tax. They're going to avoid probate, and the children are also going to save 1099 income. Amazing things. Now, the beneficial trust. I am a real estate investor. My true story is I got involved back in 2019. I was working full-time as a Medicare broker, worst job in the world, and I wholesaled 7 bank-owned properties. Yay, Sally. I was a huge, big to-do in my real estate group. Everyone was like, wow, Sally, you're doing so much, just doing so well. Well, when I went to go do my 2019 taxes in April 2020, I had to get on a payment plan with the IRS. Hence the title of my podcast, Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. I was embarrassed. I thought I had a big, huge L in front of my forehead. I didn't want to tell anybody about this. July of 2020, I took down the deal of the week. A bank-owned reverse mortgage house. I bought the contract for $20,000. It was going to go to auction for $50,000. Remember, July 2020, middle of COVID, I had to wait 13 months. I knew the spread in between that $30,000. My tax rate was 24%. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. Tax rates are between 10% to 37%, 7 different layers, and 4 ways to file your taxes. So when I took down the deal of the week, I knew that $30,000, I would pay $7,180 at 24%. So I went down the rabbit hole. In my real estate group, a gentleman named Garrett Gunderson wrote a book called What the Rockefellers Do. I had a paperback copy, and I started researching this. In September of 2020, I became a client of the law firm I work on behalf of now. They have the 72-year-old copyright on the Benson Financial Trust. It's never been audited. I became a client, and I said I want to become a distributor. I started teaching a mastermind in my real estate group. And with the real estate group, I was doing well teaching them about saving capital gains, interest income, and rental income. So you don't have to worry about that. So what's going to happen with they're going to save so much money doing that. I want to teach as many people to save as much money on their federal taxes because most people have never, ever, ever heard of the Spendthrift Trust. Again, I'm going to go live on Zoom Tuesday, November 14th, 4 p.m., where I'm going to go through my slide deck and open it up for question and answer. I'm sorry I can't take anybody live here because the last time I did that, they came out naked. So the trust is going to save you federal taxes, keep your information 100% private. Your LLC or S Corp or C Corp does not do that. I can write a Freedom of Information letter to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission with a stamped envelope, and they will send me back your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address. Yikes. Number 3, I can't stop you from being sued, but you will pay no judgments if you are sued. Only the individual, myself, could be sued. All my belongings are in the trust. They can't touch that trust. And then number 4, if you're not aware of the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act from the Department of Treasury that starts January 1st, yes, January 1st, if you have either the business or the beneficial Spendthrift Trust, you will not have to do that yearly paperwork with that. Just listen up. If you are currently an LLC, LLC doing business as, or a corporation, you have until January 1st of 2025 to do the paperwork for the Department of Treasury. If you start a new LLC, doing business as, or a corporation, sometime in 2024, you have 30 days to do the paperwork, or be charged $10,000 or 2 years in jail, or both. This is serious information, people. 30 days, that's it. And if you mess up on something, so when I read through the paperwork, I shut down 6 LLCs when I started my trust. They're no longer in existence. But when I read through the paperwork, they wanted to know the person who did my LLC back in 2018. I know the law firm who did it, but I don't know what the paralegal's name is. I would have to track that down to put it in my paperwork, or be fined $500 a day for not doing the paperwork correctly. This is serious information, people. I want you all to know about this. If you want to get some information about the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act, please email me, info@thetrustisyou.com, and I will send you 2 documents. One's a document from the Department of Treasury. Everyone should know about this. So, again, with the business trust, you're going to save 1099 income year after year, generation after generation. I tell people at least 70% before deductibles, And most of my clients are up to 90 to 95%. You do not want to be at zero. Certain presidents got in trouble for that. The beneficial trust is for any investor. You're going to save short-term and long-term capital gains, interest income, dividend income, rental income, and royalties. And yes, if you have a rental income, you can take depreciation, but remember, your information is 100% private. They won't know you have 50 doors, 100 doors, 20, how many doors you have, and you won't have to pay that liability. What if the renter's dog gets loose and bites the mailman? What if someone trips on the sidewalk and breaks their ankle? They can't come after you. Important information. Now, real quick, there's a charitable trust for 501c companies. There's going to also be a senior trust for people who are over 65 who are making too much money. It's called IRMA, I don't have my notebook in front of me, but that's people who are on Medicare and they're making too much money. They'll have to pay more for Part B. And then there is a real estate trust if you're in a syndication. All of these trusts are legal, copywritten in the IRS Tax Code. They're going to save you federal taxes, keep your information private. You won't be you won't have to pay a judgment if you're sued, and you won't have to do the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act. Please, if you need to make an appointment with me, I offer a 30-minute tax breakthrough session. We're going to discuss your tax bracket. I'll take you out to NerdWallet, show you the formula, show you what we can do for you. Please schedule at www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. Again, next Tuesday, I am going live on Zoom, 4 p.m. East Coast time. I'm going to go over my slide deck and open it for question and answering. To register for that, it's www.thetrustisyou.com/save. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I will go live at 12:30 East Coast time on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.